candies, don't test me. I'll put you in the death squeeze, just like an orange in the summer. The fresh.
I would love to go back to bed and have a few more rounds with you.
Me too, but I need to get breakfast for Michael.
Lacking a kitchen is a problem. Maybe we can go out for breakfast to that diner a few blocks away.
Or, I can go out and get breakfast and bring it back.
We would have more time to spend with him, without him feeling that he needs to look over his shoulder.
That sounds perfect. I think spending time with my baby boy is needed, for sure.
Lovemaking can wait. We have all the time on the world. What's important is for him to not only be safe, but feel safe.
I don't know how to feel about you, Mr. Mustafa. You give off such positive energy, love, caring and affection. Things I haven't felt or seen in a long time.
When you fall in love with someone, those things illuminate your aura.
Did you say, fall in love?
I most definitely did. I'm a man that's not afraid to show my feelings and desires, and put my love out there for everyone to see.
That makes my heart happy. I need to be honest.
I don't expect anything less than honesty.
I love you, but I'm not in love with you.
That's okay, it may take longer for you. Well, if you decide to be around long enough. Again, we have all the time in the world, no rush. Please don't rush. True love takes time, and lots of work. After showering and getting presentable for the public, Billy, Mustafa, and Michael made their way down to the diner, having a meaningful, but playful conversation along the way. Michael made mention to having a sibling to Mustafa. There was something that unnerved Mustafa about that portion of the conversation and he stopped mid-stride. As I think about it, I'm not feeling too well. I think I'm going to head back.
You're not hungry?
No, I lost my appetite.
What happened that made you so upset?
Nothing, I need some alone time.
But I thought you weren't feeling well. That's a quick recovery. We'll bring you something back.
Don't worry about it, I'll be fine. Mustafa walked away without saying another word, leaving Billy there baffled as to what was going on. Michael and Billy continued their way to the diner in utter silence.
I'm sorry, I didn't know that would freak him out.
There is no need for you to be sorry, but since we're on the topic. What was said?
I said I wanted a brother or sister.
If that scared him, he's not with the right person. Don't worry your handsome little head, we're still getting to know one another.
It didn't sound like that last night.
Oh my gosh. Michael, I'm so sorry. I thought we were far enough away from where you were.
Mom, there's no reason to apologize. Grown people do grown things, and I think you need it anyway.
What do you know about what someone needs?
It's called the internet, Mom. You should try it sometimes.
Let's move on to a different topic, please.
You got it. So, are we going back home?
Maybe, we have to see if we're in the clear first.
But for now we have to stay at the hotel?
Yes, for now. It's safer. Not what we're accustomed to, but it's safe.
What if Mustafa leaves, then what?
Then we leave. We have other places to go, that I set up when I was working for the agency the first time. So don't worry, you don't want stress lines at a young age.
Okay, cool. As long as there's Wi-Fi, I'm golden. Thank you for saving my life. I don't know what I would do without you.
Not eat, for one. Let's order.
What does Mustafa want to eat?
He said he doesn't want anything.
A man has to eat. We have to take something back.
Okay, order his food before we leave.
Without further discussion of Mustafa, the conversation carried on for a little over 2 hours, about any and everything Michael could conjure up. Billy was thinking of Mustafa hard, hoping he would be there when they got back, but wasn't too pressed either way. She just felt that there was a friendship before sex got involved, and hoped to at least salvage that part of their relationship.
Let's drop his food off, and head somewhere fun. What do you think about that?
That'll work. We need fun time.
Billy took Mustafa's food to the hotel room they were last in, but he wasn't there. She checked all the rooms she knew of, and turned up empty-handed. Billy places his food in the bedroom, with a note attached stating they were going somewhere to have fun. Billy walked with Michael to the car. She could feel the tightness in her chest, and started to sob a little. Michael kept apologizing, but Billy insisted that if Mustafa left them, it was on him, not Michael. With all of that being said, it didn't make Michael feel any better.
I know you're saying it's not my fault, but it sure feels like it. I wasn't saying that I wanted him to be the father of my sibling. Although that would have been pretty cool.
He's a great guy, but there's other great guys out there. We don't know what's going on, let's not assume.
But I can see you're hurting. I can see it in your face.
You can see that I have feelings for him. Am I hurting? A little, but not enough to mess up our fun time.
You're the best and strongest mother out there.
And you're the strongest and most caring son every mom wishes to have.
Too bad for them, because you had me. They're on their own. Now this is the life.
I second that.
Since we're out here and no one's around, can I ask you something?
Sure.
When did you know you wanted to be an assassin?
I didn't. They chose me, just like they did Rhonda and Eric.
What about Mustafa?
He would have eventually been selected. We moved him to the front of the line. We needed help, and seized the opportunity that Jean gave us. I don't regret 1 second, but I'm sure Jean did.
How were you selected?
Before you were born, I ran with a lot of unsavory people.
What does that mean?
Unsavory people, it's like the worst ones out of a group. The mean people that's generally dishonest.
You were a bad person?
I was horrible, but I was always honest. It's the honesty I have within me that kept me out of prison. They select those that take matters into their own hands, but for good reason.
What did you do?
A lot of bad things which I'm never to speak of, just like when we have a mission. We aren't supposed to share with anyone except those in the agency.
What happens if people know?
They become a casualty of war.
Oh, I don't think I want to know anymore.
Don't worry, you were covered by the agency, because you were my son.
Do you think they will select me one day?
If that's what you want. I would prefer that you don't become an assassin. It can lead to a lonely life.
How so?
They provide a few exceptions to certain people.
Like you and Rhonda?
Correct, we aren't supposed to have children and can't be married.
Eric and Rhonda are married.
They are also both assassins. They get the worst and hardest type of missions, because they're a duo.
If Mustafa comes back, we can be a trio.
You seem excited. Do you think you could kill someone you don't know, and ultimately don't know why?
I don't know them, and if the agency is saying they're bad, who would I be to question that?
You should always question when something doesn't make sense.
What's an example?
Both Rhonda and Eric were marks before. Eric was Rhonda's mark and vice versa.
They put them against one another? That's freaking insane.
And they both questioned their mission. Not to the agency, not even to one another. They just knew and was able to figure out that someone tapped into our database. They changed their marks on their own, and dealt with it. This is why they are so powerful within the agency, because they demolished the department once before, then rebuilt it, and took their positions back as assassins.
But they took it over. Why not stay at the head of the agency to make sure it didn't happen again?
Once you make your first few marks, you don't want to sit behind a boring desk all the time. Most of us rather be in the field.
But you weren't. In the field, I mean, you left the agency.
It was my decision to leave. I didn't want you growing up without a mother and father. I didn't think that would be fair.
But you're back with them.
I had no choice. We were in danger. I didn't have enough help because no one knows, and can never know what we do. The money is great, and to be honest, I've been missing it. If you want me to leave them again, I will. All you have to do is say the word.
I want to be like you and Mustafa. I want to be an assassin and continue our adventure together.
This is not a game, you can die. You do know that, right?
I can also die walking across the street, but that hasn't stopped me from going to stores, or hanging out with friends.
That's the thing, you can't even have friends in this line of work. As a child you were fine, but I don't think they'll be willing to have a child in the agency.
That's stupid. People never think that children will do anything like that. So while y'all have to hide, I could stand out in the open and they wouldn't bat an eye to think it was me.
That's true. Well, I'll be happy to train you. I figure you'll need to know how to protect yourself anyway, should something happen to me.
Yes!